Kia ora and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along. I'm Luke.
And I'm Matt. And we're here today drinking Do You Like Pina Colada Tropical Sour from Brothers Beer up here in Auckland.
Yeah. So Brothers have several locations all around Auckland.
6 now, I believe.
Yeah, they can find them everywhere. So their main brewery is just around the corner from us here. It's on Akiraho Street?
Akiraho Street.
Close.
And I know that address well because my first job in the beer industry was with Brothers Beer. I used to manage their City Works depot location, which was the original site in the centre of Auckland in the CBD. As Luke says, they then opened the Juke Joint in Akiraho Street, which is a kind of American barbecue venue and brewery, and one of those kind of big old leather. It's a big old leatherworking warehouse with one of those sawtooth roofs, and then they've since expanded to Onehunga, Birkenhead, Commercial Bay. So maybe it's 5 venues.
Ōrākei.
Yeah, there you go, 6. So yeah, they've expanded across Auckland.
Did you say Onehunga?
I did say Onehunga. And yeah, they have gone from strength to strength in recent years with their new brewer Brandon, who's been putting out a really cool range, and with the move to 440s, some really nice beers coming out of Brothers these days.
Yeah, so they started off years ago at the City Works depot, so they've got quite a small brew kit there, and it's nice that they've recently started doing a few more small batch beers there with the so there's also a brewer called Alessio that is a part of the team there, so he's been doing some of his own recipes on the small kit as keg-only releases, which have been fun.
Yeah, so if you see their Belgian triple or blackberry sour that are out at the moment, those are Alessio's creations, and they're having a bit more fun on the 600 litre kit, being able to do some more interesting releases and venue only, and then pushing some bigger volumes out of the main brewery in Mount Eden. And do you like pina colada? How do you say pina? I've forgotten how to say pina colada. Do you like pina coladas, Luke?
I don't like getting caught in the rain.
It's all right.
Especially when I'm on my push bike. Yeah, pina coladas are pretty nice. Yeah, it's like coconuts, pineapple, and kettle sours.
Yeah.
I think the flavours go nicely with a sort of like just tart, crisp kettle sour.
Yeah, I think they've really nailed that kind of pineapple coconut vibe. It definitely kind of sings pina colada. You get it on the nose. It's kind of more pineapple-y on the nose, more coconutty on the palate, but those meld really well together. It's got a nice level of tartness to it, and it's really nice, smashable beer for a summer's day. It's a bit cloudy and rainy out here at the moment, but
it's been interspersed with bright sunshine and huge thunderstorms today. So hopefully tomorrow, when you're drinking this beer, it might be sunny because it's a beer for sunny weather, and I think it might be a beer that's going to be a little bit divisive. More traditional beer fans, probably aren't into kettle sours anyway. So if you are giving it a go, then good on you. Thanks for being brave and trying the kettle sours. And it's I suppose a beer like this is quite different to what a lot of people know of as beer.
I mean, a lot of you jerks who are watching this video are probably fairly familiar with kettle sours. We've had a few over the years, and they've really grown in popularity over the last 3-4 years. Kettle souring is a method where traditionally sour beers were made in oak barrels and with wild yeast and bacteria, aging them for a long time to try and get those sour properties, and you'd have to go through these crazy life cycles of all the bugs in there, which would throw off weird flavors, and you'd have to wait a long time to get a sour beer fermented naturally. Whereas kettle souring involves you kind of stop halfway through your brew day before you start to boil the wort. You throw some bugs in there and leave it for 24, 48 hours, depending on how the bugs go. And once it gets to the level of sourness that you like, you boil it, which pasteurizes the beer, kills the bugs, and gives you a kind of clean, stable product that's already sour that you can then ferment and package.
Poor bugs.
Poor bugs. They've done their job and ruthlessly murdered by boiling afterwards.
Don't get paid, no reward.
But it gives you those big funky sours tend to be more aggressively tart and have some more funky barnyard flavors in them, whereas kettle sour is a little cleaner, lighter, and brighter. So it's really nailing that brief of a kind of a big flavored smashable summer beer.
Yeah, and also at that time period where the bugs are in there doing the work on the wort, the longer you leave it, the more sour the beer goes, basically. So for brewers, it's just depending on what pH level you want the final beer to be. So yeah, there's a whole spectrum. You have beers that are lightly kettle soured, that are just a little bit tart, right through to some that are quite puckeringly extreme. And I'd say this is sort of midway.
Yeah.
It's a hefty whack of sourness. People aren't going to be disappointed.
Yeah, it's definitely got like a good enough whack of sour. It really feels like a sour beer, but it's not kind of making you kind of all tense up and wince, which is the way I like a lot of my sour beers, but it's not for everyone. So I think they've really hit the brief with that.
Yeah, really fun summertime beer. Good beer to drink at a party, drink at the beach. You're in for a good time.
Yeah, and speaking of being in for a good time, our advent calendars are kicking off today. So
today, yeah, because it's the 1st of December now. We're not recording this the day before.
Yeah, so I think there will be a fair few of you who will be following this up with the first beer in our advent calendar, which is really exciting. If you missed out, as of this recording, there are still a couple left.
Yeah,
like literally a couple. So by the time this airs, they'll probably be sold out. But we do have our favourites advent calendar still available, and a few of our non-alcoholic advent calendars as well. Yeah, last chance to check those out. Those will be gone by next week.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you again next time. Cheers to brothers, and cheers to all of you. Cheers to you, Matt.